from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of this fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to find. And if I wake tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home, when I'm There's no way to go, no one that can see through at the side of your eyes. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of desire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, she like a blur operating at 10,000 RPM. She got it all in the black burning streets like a rebel jam. My lovely lady was part of a 540. Lighting it up, she don't care if she got nowhere to go. Slipping and a sliding, shucking and a jive. Revolution gonna bury my throne. Lean on your horizon, seduction goes around. On the ground, I've got a soul bone.
Hi, dirt fans. Welcome back here. Thursday night Thunder style here. And it's going to be a good one. I believe it's sponsored by the SBGC3D.com, that is. Definitely check out Tom Taylor and Company. Well, we're starting it off here with these 358 small block machines here tonight. And last night we had the hometown heroes, and it was a wild one in Eldora as always. But John, man, the small blocks here kick us off here to start at Fairbury. I always miss how to say this place. I always say Farberry or Fairbury or.
It's Fairberries, but you know, most of us dirt folks, this track's not too far from it. We just call it Falls, F-A-L-S, because it's Fairbury of American Legion Race Speedway. But yeah, this is gonna be a bull ring tonight, you know, and they're headed out to qualify now. So what you do right now in qualifying, man, is you want to be in that top four. It's tight, the laps go by fast, so you want to put yourself in the best position you can right off the bat.
Well, that puts us over to our Pit Stop Podcast qualifying. And definitely check those guys out, Preston Cranmer, Roger Craig, each week there on the Pit Stop Podcast over on the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube, as they have a lot of guests come on board. So let's see who's going to lay down a quick time here tonight for these guys. Let's see. Pretty good field. Now Stephen Goldner's the man up top.
Yeah, Brandon Templeton just threw down a pretty good lap there.
Did. Well, while we're watching on the qualifying session here, we normally like doing this. I'm going to hand it off over here to John Hine. He's going to run around the track here a little bit and try to give us some insight on what these guys are going to look for, how to get around this place, and give us a little technical knowledge of these small block machines. So what you got, John?
Well, Joe, you know how we usually do this, and I'll go into a corner and say, okay, right here's a trouble spot, or over here's a trouble spot. Well, tonight, this whole track is a trouble spot. So let me start right here up top. This is going to be probably the preferred way to get around early on, and I'm going to tell you, this wall here with the back end of these, they slide out real easy. You grab this wall, and then it wants to nose either the front end, and even at this low speed, look how slow I'm going. And did you see that front end just kind of climb that wall? It does not take much for these cars, look at that, for those things to glide. Now imagine if I'm at speed and I just tap the wall like that. That's what makes these things so difficult. You know, a lot of things that you can do here, you know, if you're not comfortable running the top, you can come down about right here that require you to back the corner up. But we've seen races where, you know, guys will back up the corner, but some guys like to drive them in. So, you know, the guys got to be real cognizant of who they're racing and how they race so they don't get into the back of them. If you're behind somebody that you know is lifting early, well, chances are you probably need to match what they're doing or find another way around, or you're going to cause an accident. You know, the same thing once you get in and out of these corners, though. You know, you think of getting off the corners being very important with longer straightaways. Well, even these small ones, it's really important to get out of here because even though it's a bull ring, there's an element of momentum here. And you want to get out of here as strong, I mean, as strong as you possibly can so you can lift as early as what you need to do down here and get over. You're not in the gas a whole lot. So when you're in the gas, you got to make sure you're making the most of it, not spinning the tires, keeping the car straight, those kind of things. And it's kind of Fairbury in a nutshell.
Well, there you go, and that's going to spin us on over to our heat race number one here tonight. That's right, Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, 37 years of 360 wing sprint action. If you've not checked them out, check them out at EmpireSuperSprints.com and on Facebook and Twitter. You definitely will see some awesome drivers from the Empire, Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. As we got Jeff Flero out front, Joe Canellis there in second, Brian Lawson third, Brandon Templeton in fourth, Alex Pomerleau fifth, Jeffrey Parker sixth, DJ Boydell seventh, Barry Goldner in eighth, John Rayner in ninth here for our heat race number one. Oh boy. So, as I learned last week, folks, John, or I think it was Nick, told me, one of the two, one of y'all told me. I've been saying it wrong, the 358s. I thought they were big blocks, but they actually are small blocks. And now, online, you can't really tell the difference here unless you're actually inside the car. A driver, that is. But kind of physically looking at them, maybe a little bit of sound you might be able to, but real quick telling the difference. But, yeah, I learned something last week on the dirt.
Yeah, the big block's got a little bit more of a growl to them, and even in sitting in the car, or if you got the car turned off, you don't know which one you're sitting in. It's not until you step on that gas pedal, then you know which one you're in.
Yeah, and there you go. That's true. So tonight being a little bit shorter track, you know, we do have the big blocks, small blocks coming up. That'll be a conversation we'll talk about as we go heat race 1 here. Guys storm off into the turn. Look here, Jeff Flero gets that good jump. Remember, top 4 goes straight to the feature. Lawson right now holding on to that 4th place spot, but he's got trouble with Parmalu right there on his back bumper.
Yeah, you know, nose to tail here, and not a whole lot of room to operate. So you need to get to where that looks like that top line is the preferred line right now. There's some tack in the track. You can stay in the gas a lot longer when the track is in these conditions. So, you know, that's where you kind of want to be.
Yes, it is. Right now, you got Lawson hanging on to the 5th place spot. He fell back. Parmalu there, so you top 4 single file. Looks like a top-heavy style track right now.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, that's going to get slicker. And, like, you know, the more slick it gets and the more it runs up to the wall where people have to lift a lot longer, that's what makes the bottom line become viable again, because all of a sudden you can roll the bottom a lot more than you can even roll the top. You have to get out of the gas to keep it out of the wall. So, you know, be looking for that probably, maybe even the next heat, definitely by the time we get to the feature.
Gonna make it hard to pass here, but you already see Templeton down low. He's gonna try that inside groove, but just saw the car just kind of like dug into the dirt, and it just lost all kind of momentum down there.
Yeah, but he's hanging in down there, and I swapped texts with him today, and you know, he's really been on it here lately and showing a lot of improvement. It turns out he went to VR, and it really paid off for him. And every time I see him now, he's fast in whatever he gets in.
And that's a conversation that definitely people talk about. Interesting video out there. A guy did between VR versus single screens. We come into the checkered flag. It's going to be Flero, Canellis, Templeton, and Parmalu, the top 4, going straight to the features. That brings us over to heat race number 2. Super Dirt Car Series. That's right, to Premier Northeast from U.S. to Canada. Big block modified showcasing. If you like ground pounding and earth shattering style cars, check out the Super Dirt Car Series. Here's we got Bob DeGood out front, Stephen Goldner there in 2nd, Brian Dickinson 3rd, Blake Chapman 4th, Nathan Aldridge 5th, Stephen Bixler 6th, Ryan Beagle 7th, Andy Shreves in 8th, and then John's not going to race.
No, these cars are too fast for me.
Yeah. It's always John's excuse in the car.
That's always my excuse. It's too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
You know, it might fall out of my rig or something. Can't, you know, I don't know if my insurance will cover that. But
that would be a sight.
it would, and yeah, I probably would need help getting up off the floor. Probably as old as I'm getting.
Oh, I know I would.
But you know, I tell you what, I got in a you know, off subject. You're not a dirt track, but I had an incident at Mount Panorama where I rolled a GT3 car, and
Ow.
I almost fell out of the seat rolling down that mountain. So,
yeah, that's a steep
It's almost happened. It's almost happened before.
Yeah, that's a steep one there. Wow.
Yep. But anyway, here we go. Dirt track racing, no mountains.
No mountains here. You're right. You're not going to have to put up with any hills or anything here. There might be a few little bumps here and there on the track, but these guys should stay pretty much planted. Although we have seen a few cars do some barrel rolls down the front stretch. Yeah,
and you know, in that pre-race thing I showed you, I was, you know, going 15 mile an hour, and you watch that front tire climb that wall. You know, as that groove gets higher, that black strip gets higher to that wall, that's going to become more dangerous that you do that. And if you catch it, you're going to roll them.
Green flag, green flag.
Well, here we go. Heat race 2. Super Dirt Car Series. Yeah, as the green flag flies, these guys are already, look at them, 3 wide there for around 3rd place spot.
Yeah, they are. Now they're way higher on the track than they were even that last heat race. They're almost up against the wall now.
Yeah, and they're trying to get that bottom groove going to try to get something so it doesn't become just a one groove freight train style track. You see, looks like Nathan Aldridge is trying that low line, but he loses so much ground down there and pulls it back in 5th place. Here comes Ryan Beagle. He's up top. You got Dickens hanging on the last transfer spot. Meanwhile, Goldner's out front. The Goods there in 2nd. Chapman
Yeah, and I'm looking at the slick right around these corners, and then that slick goes up about another foot. Then that bottom's going to start probably being a little more viable.
Blake looking strong right now, and I mean, and again, we talk about this. Might look like he's faster than the car in front of him. The problem is just trying to get around that car.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we hear it all the time in NASCAR broadcasts. You know, it's one thing to catch him, another thing to pass.
That's one way of doing
contact. Yeah.
It throws him out of the loop too because he's back now in 6th. Ryan Beagle up in the 4th place. Wow.
Yeah, and that's really tough to do if, you know, it's close quarters, and if somebody goes through a corner maybe a little less than what they did the lap before, it's tough to anticipate that.
And it was Bob DeGood was another one that was up there too.
Yeah, it was. Blake got into the back of Bob, and Blake, you know, that's not something that Blake normally does. That's just a product of close racing, and you know, I'm sure Bob's not very happy
of his track
about it,
too. I mean, and that's the thing. Frustration might set in a little bit, not being able to pass, like we're saying.
Yeah,
it's
and
just
to
one of
make
those
a
things.
pass, yeah, to make a pass here, if you want to get a run on somebody, you really do have to get a run on them. So you want to be as close to them as you can coming out of the corners, and you're right there. You see it. You get too close, and things can happen.
Absolutely. That should bring us up to our B main, Chip Banger Racing. That's right, bang the chip, rip that lip up there. Chip Banger Racing B main here tonight. We got Brian Lawson going to be out front, Randy Shreves there in 2nd, Jeffrey Barker in 3rd, Blake Chapman 4th, TJ Boydell 5th, Stephen Bixler starting in 6th, Barry Goldner 7th, Bob DeGood 8th, John Rayner 9th. And the good news, everybody should make it.
Yeah, everybody will make it. And as a driver, you know, when you're on that lineup, and sometimes I forget to look, and I can ask my teammates, hey, how many make it? And then when they come back and say everybody's making it, you do get a nice little sense of relief. You know, it's like, okay, I can kind of try to figure things out here, see where I can go faster. Maybe I can find something that I've seen nobody else do, and maybe get an advantage, you know, in the race or in the features. So nice, this is kind of a glorified testing session for them. And there is some incentive to pass guys, because the more guys pass here, the less you've got to pass in that next race in the A main.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, we got Lawson, Shreves, Barker, top 4. Well, I usually say top 4, but everybody's going to make it here. So now's the time, if you're in that back, you know you're going to make it. Try to see if you can get the middle or low groove going as we go green.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need it, I think, in the feature tonight.
Or you could just go up top and burn that top up, so then the bottom is just there for when you need it coming the next race.
Yeah. And I think now, you know, so you brought that up, that's a good point. As, you know, you see some guys actually searching around, but that's a good point, because that actually might be something that might come into play towards the end of the feature if they get a long green flag run. Now that's the catch 22 of it there. They're going to have to get that long green flag run in order to tear that top end up there.
Yep.
Because a caution, stop and go, that's not going to do it. Boy, they're beating and banging each other in front there.
That was a wreck, but just nobody, you know, wrecked. That's a good job by them to keep it going and not, you know, cause too much damage there.
Yeah, absolutely. You got Lawson out front. This one, Shreves. Bixler's trying to he's trying to maintain that middle groove, search around, but it just look at the car right there. When he went into he goes into the turn, looks good, but right there in the middle, not too bad in that turn, but as we come around to this one, there's a bump right there. And you see it just upsets that car and just kills all the momentum.
Yes, and there's a way to do that. You know, if you know where that bump is, you can time it. Getting off the throttle right there will actually settle the car.
That thing. You see it.
Yep.
Wow,
yep. If you're on throttle, it's going to upset the car a lot. But if you can get off the throttle and roll over that bump, it keeps the car stable and makes it a little easier to navigate.
Wow. Something these guys are going to have to look out for, as Lawson's still out front. He's up top, man, ripping that top side right now. Trees right behind him with Boydell there.
Checkered flag with Lawson.
That's it. Check the flag. That was a good little heat race there. Excuse me, consolation.
Yeah, just rolling right along here tonight.
Well, that will bring us over here, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're going to a few words here from our sponsors here tonight, and then we're going to roll with a feature.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
All right, welcome back, folks. Feature time here tonight, and let's grid these guys up here. The man out front on pole, Jeff Flaro, puts it up top. You got Stephen Goldner starting there in second, Joe Canellis in third, Brian Dickinson fourth, Brandon Templeton in fifth, Nathan Aldridge sixth, Alex Pomalou seventh, Ryan Beagle there in eighth, Brian Lawson ninth, Randy Shreves in the 10th place spot. Let's get set. We're going to rev these guys up. Small block power here. Let's get going. Pace cars in. Let's bring them to life. Crank it up. Dylan Westbrook racing here. Well, never mind. We got a car. Boom. Upside down. Caution out early.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of game that he was playing there on the restart. It looked like either he spun his
Him
tires
and the
real bad.
donut, man.
Yeah, then he got in the corner and clipped that donut. So his race all around didn't start off that well. But
No.
I couldn't tell if he spun those tires, but it looked like
Ow.
he did not want to take off.
Woo. Yeah, we just watched the Malcolm Mills replay right there, and 1-0. Oh, not one. That one. Oh, we'll go back here. He's back on our Icon Sim Sports restart here.
Yeah, and these caution laps here click off quick too. So these guys, you know, it's chaotic when they're racing, but you know, under these cautions, it can get chaotic too because you've got a very small time to get lined back up in your spot to restart the race.
Mm-hmm. Pace cars off. Single file start. Goldner out front, green flag. And right behind it there, got receipt. Trying that low line a little bit. That's Dickens. He's going to see if he can't get that thing grooved in. You can see that bump. Well, that thing just bounces all the way through the turn.
Yeah, these things with stiff suspensions, they they tend to bounce around a little bit.
Wow. He's trying that low line. He's been able to hold his own right now.
Yeah, the teammates, both Dickens and Templeton down there on the bottom. So maybe they're, you know, you can communicate with each other in their channel. So maybe one told the other, hey, this is working down here.
And that's what we talked about earlier. Like you said, if they can get that long green flag run in, and maybe they can tear that top side up and then run this bottom. You could definitely see old Ryan Beagle down there. He loves the bottom. But that Beagle machine looking strong right now.
I'm telling you, he could, you know, everybody wants to make money on iRacing, selling their setups and everything else. Ryan could probably do it, just saying, here's how you run the low line.
Yeah, true. Him and, was it Landon?
Yeah, Terry is those two right there are the absolute best at it.
You can actually see that low line working now. We didn't see it working before. And actually Goldner now, he's one of those top side feeders. He's going to run that top until he absolutely can't. You know, if he starts seeing the low line come in, he might have to trickle down there. But you see Templeton running the low end along with Beagle. They're actually gaining on him.
Yeah, very incrementally, but, you know, they are doing it.
See Templeton right there on the bottom. He's got the lead by his nose right now with a good slider on the inside. He's able to get it going. Goldner way up on the top side, so maybe some multi-grooving. This is what they needed. We talked about it. Need these green flag laps here to run and get that groove going down low. That car bounced on Ryan, going all the way through the turn. Just bounce, bounce, bounce.
This is one of the reasons I like this track is you're seeing right now, guys top, guys in the bottom. I would love to do the hometown heroes there, but unfortunately, I don't know that this is one of our more popular tracks on the service with our members.
You know, and the thing too is it's good to see right now because we saw earlier on in the heat that it was feeling like just a one groove style track, but now you're right. It looks like you've got guys high and guys low because it's been a battle for the lead here for the past several laps.
Yeah. Yeah, and could you imagine those sprint cars here, man? I've driven sprint cars.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Now with the bump,
it
might be the bump that they're looking at too, because those sprint cars might sit flying.
Oh yeah, they're like a bunch of fighter jets in a you know, soup mug.
Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, you already see it upsetting these cars, and they're a lot heavier. I mean, so those sprint cars hitting that bump would be kind of treacherous. You can already see right now Templeton takes the lead over Goldner. Now you got Beagle going to see if he can take over that second place spot.
Yeah, Templeton has had that bottom on lock. But now he's got people on the bottom in front of him, lap cars, and we got a caution. Oh, Greg Boydell.
It's been a Malcolm Mills replay. See what happened to Boydell. He's down low himself. And a little help.
Yeah,
A
a
little
little
car got
help.
in the back of him. That's all.
Yeah, that's one of those cases where one went in a little bit harder than the other, and you know that can happen. And I mean, and John there, Rayner, who got into Greg Boydell, he didn't get in like a whole lot harder than what Greg did. I mean, it was just barely enough for them to barely make contact. But when you've got that car loaded like that in the center of the corner, rotating, you know, you could probably walk out there with your hand and push it around.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Tom Taylor? How you doing out there, man? Well, we got the SBGC 3D.com Thursday Night Thunder happening here for you. So I know you've been battling with a water tank issue, so good to see that. What's up, Rodney? Joe Canellis. Man's out there pulling for Joe Canellis. We're live here tonight, Coast to Coast Racing Network here on YouTube, OSR Network on Facebook. Get those likes and shares out there. Green flag. Templeton's going to hold to his guns down low, though. Oh, man, I tell you what, Parmalu almost got wrecked.
Yeah, he did. That's a good save for them to get apart there. Not
Who else
wad
was
up
that back
the of the
there?
field.
Looks
Looked
like
Randy
Lawson.
Street. Yeah.
Lawson had to, he checked the field up. Good heads-up job by them. They're 3 wide back there.
Oh, now they're not.
Now they're
looks
not,
like-
yep. Bob DeGood and John Rayner. Big slim. Excellent.
Yeah, the cautions bring cautions here. It looks like Randy Shreves actually early on got the car really, really sideways and just almost had to come to a stop to get it corrected. And the other guys had nowhere to go.
They were all checked up back there in that back. That's where I was looking at there right before that caution came out. They were in the back, and guys kind of just look like the cars were a little upset, like you said, and got a little checked up.
Yeah.
Them treacherous type things, but hey, under caution here, and still Templeton, the man out front. He's holding to his guns down low. So
Well,
what
as
we got?
fast as he's been, I'd probably be staying down there too, so can't really blame him.
Right, true.
You know, though, if I'm Stephen Goldner here, I might try to run that middle to high line, let him have the bottom and not go all the way up top here in one, but we'll have to see. There's a lot of tack in the middle.
See what they got. Green flag, back racing. You still see Templeton hanging down low. But Goldner, he's gonna pull that high side off. And he loves that top end.
Yeah,
Right now,
Brian
Templeton down
Dickens
low.
back there. Brian Dickens back there is now fighting for third, but he's doing that line that I was suggesting right there in the middle. Right there, he's getting that run off the corners.
There he is. A good run so far. You see Goldner way up top. And right behind him, Dickens. He's about the middle groove. Right behind him, you've got Aldridge and Blake Chapman along with us. So you've got guys kind of all over the track right now.
Yeah, now it's really racy. You got 3 lanes that you can pick from.
And you've got an action up front, middle, and the back. Who knows where to go here, folks? But you just see it kind of go wide here a little bit. See it up front, battle for the lead. You got battles second, third, and fourth. Battles back in the 10th place spot. All over the place.
3.
Oh, yeah, trouble. John Rayner. Gonna Malcolm Mills replay. See what happens to him. He's in the blue car.
Yeah, overdrove the corner just a little bit and got in the back of Stephen Bixler there. And
Yep, right there.
like I said it all night here. It's real easy to do here on this track. Tight quarters, things happen fast.
Yeah. A little ahead of the replay.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody out there watching's going, is John seeing you? Oh, there's he.
I'm that fast. That's what I'll go with.
Oh, he's watching it live as it happens, man. We got delays. Or y'all got delays. I don't. We don't. Y'all do. But it has been a good one so far, though, man. I tell you, like I said, and surprising because what we saw in the feature and the Constellation, we wouldn't have thought that this was going to be this racy of a track. I thought, man, here we go, going to be top feeder style track. And the guys are going to have a hard time passing.
No, it's going to be like this all night with all 3 series. So this is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, so it definitely has broke in better than what it started out with, and that is awesome. So you see Templeton, man, instantly goes diving down low.
Yep, and that top is coming back. They're slick down to the bottom, so Templeton's having to slow down a little more than what he was doing before to get that car around the corner. And Steven is now closing up there up top. He's only got a couple laps here to get there, though.
Yeah, he's definitely going to live and die by that top side, and looks like Templeton's going to stay on the low end. Obviously, you got Beagle right behind him. Here comes Blake Chapman. Chapman's way up on that top end, too, so you got 2 cars high, 2 cars low.
Yeah, well, here it is, last lap.
He's going to be able to get him done, 3 and 4. It's pretty much going to be a drag race to the line. He's got some momentum coming out, but not enough time, not enough speed. Templeton's going to hang on to it. But Blake Chapman takes over the 3rd place spot. What a finish for him.
Yeah,
he took over Beagle.
He started 17th in the field, so 3rd place. Outstanding run for Blake Chapman.
Yeah. So the outside groove came in right in time for him to get back up front. So let's see if we can't get some of these guys up here and get a word with them. We can find a few of them here. Excuse me. Just Blake Chapman. We'll bring him up at least. The other ones, they'll jump up all there. Let's bring up 3rd place man Blake. Let's get a word with him.
Blake Chapman, this is John Hine up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I gotcha.
17th the 3rd. Tell me how you did that on such a tight track, man. That was an awesome, awesome run.
It's not easy. I feel bad about what happened there in the heat race. I apologize to Bob for getting into him there, but coming up from 17th to 3rd, my strategy was just go where everybody else isn't, and it really did work out for me. And I got to thank the field for driving me clean. Everybody, they didn't throw any dirty sliders. They weren't blocking, so without them driving me clean, it wouldn't be possible. But just had to keep grinding, and I didn't really expect to come up this far, but I mean, it's a good feeling, and hopefully next week I can come back out here and put it a couple spots up higher on the podium.
So when did you have the holy cow, how'd I get up here moment? Where did that happen?
It was probably on that double file restart. I think I was up into like 7th or something, and then I got up there and I was like right with the leaders, and I'm like, oh shoot, I might have a shot at this thing almost. And the cautions flew when I needed them to, and that helped a lot.
Yeah, that's always I've experienced it once or twice, being in the back, and then all of a sudden you're just racing and don't realize where you're at, and then all of a sudden things slow down and it's like, huh. So that's always a really cool feeling. But once again, man, that hard charger, everything, man, what a great run tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yep, everybody on the team over at Wide Open Motorsports, and our sponsors, BB7 Setups, Giddings Mobile Repair, and Stevenson Family Performance. I got to thank everybody that watches the broadcast and supports my family, Steve Dixler, anybody else. And I got to thank you guys for putting this on.
Well, thank you, Blake, for putting on such a great show. That is Blake Chapman, the 3rd place finisher tonight.
Yeah, an outstanding run by him there, too. So we're going to bring up our 2nd place man here, Stephen Goldner, who ran the high side most of the night. Almost pulled it off.
Stephen Goldner, this is John up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, John.
Man, oh man, if that top would have just come back in a couple laps sooner, I think you might have had something there. But walk me through your race there. You stayed consistent the whole time, definitely staying up there.
Yeah, I just tried not to knock the wall down too bad. We were good. We were good late too. That last restart, I kind of realized I could drive it in quite a bit harder in the 1. A little bit harder in the 3, but I think I just missed my exit out of 4. I didn't really want to run that low off of 4, and that kind of killed a little bit of momentum, but I don't think I would have got Brandon anyway. So, I mean, it was a good race. We definitely kept the car clean, which is what I really wanted to do.
Did you give any thought to, because I know there was some tack maybe down the middle, did you ever give any thought about coming off that top and maybe trying down there, or when we got to the single file restart, getting to the bottom or anything, or were you just committed up there?
Well, I thought about it. I know Beagle was running, I think, third right behind me. He was running the bottom. He compared lap times and what he was running, what I was running. And just for me to move down there after running, you know, the top for 20 laps, I feel like I'd be missing what I needed, and it just wouldn't really be a good result. So I just figured I'd stay up top and try to make that work, which I think I did pretty good job tonight. So we'll try again later.
Beagle's got to learn just to say, hey, man, you're way faster up there. Just stay up there.
Yeah, he definitely does. That's for sure.
But, hey, great run again tonight. Good talking to you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got to thank all the Vanderbilt guys and all the sponsors on the team, Ross over at Velocity and ABR Setup Shops. Super Dirt Car Series for sponsoring this deal. You guys for the broadcast, and Roger and everyone who puts on the league.
Oh, once again, that is Steven Goldner, second place finisher tonight.
Yeah, outstanding run by him too, all night long. But this man right here, Brandon Templeton, able to pull it off here tonight. Brandon, join the booth. Got a copy? Brandon, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Well, first off, let's go, Brandon. You put it in victory lane. How's that?
Yeah, today is actually my 40th birthday, and this is my first coast-to-coast. It was a pretty cool deal.
Man, well, happy birthday. That's awesome. So, what a birthday gift. Now, I got to ask, though, early on in the heat races, the high line was a place to be, and we thought up here that, oh, man, it's going to be one of them tracks where it's just going to be a high line style. At what point did you see that low line working?
Actually, before the race, I watched last season's video that you did, and I noticed me and Beagle were moving right up to the top 3 on the very bottom, and all the races were on the bottom, so I knew coming in that the bottom would probably come in halfway through the feature at least.
And it did definitely pay dividends for you, and you and Ryan with that Beagle machine came up through there. Good run, put it in victory lane here tonight for these 358s. You got anybody you want to thank for the awesome victory?
Yeah, I got to thank Icon Sim Sports, Rob, and everybody there, the whole team that's racing with me. Extreme Images by Ashley, Big C's Lawn Care, and Manley's Bakery.
Well, there you go. I tell you what, the Icon Sim Sports man, Brandon Templeton, bringing it home in victory lane. John, what a run there, and he did some research and homework before getting to the track here. Well, folks, don't go anywhere because we got big blocks, small blocks, and we got done a little bit early, so maybe hopefully they'll spike this one over a little early for us. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Coolray has always been a leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime. and is supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
All right, folks, we're back. Now we got the big block, small block. Kind of back here with us. Here we go. All right. See who we got up front. John, got our Pit Stop Podcast qualifying here. And you laid down a pretty good time. Now, you said you're in the big block here, so this will be interesting to see what's the difference that the big block's going to have that those small blocks don't.
Well, biggest thing is going to be up right under my right foot. I have got to be real careful with this thing, and be where those guys in the small block could probably get to, I don't know, maybe 70-75% throttle when this track slicks up. I'm going to be probably at 50, maybe even 45, who knows. But I can tell you right now, again, the same thing as what I said before about, the cars, getting upset when you get up here. I mean, it does not take much for these tires. I go up there and hit it this time, but the 2X will actually count against me now. But all you have to do is just barely grab that wall, and that right front tire will ride that wall up, and next thing you know, you're looking at the world upside down. So look for that a little bit tonight, and then we saw it a little bit in the 358 class. These you call them donuts. Powdered donuts. These powdered donuts down here.
They changed. They look chocolate now.
Yeah, and then the dark. But but these little things down here grabbed a few guys in that 358. So if you're running this bottom and you misjudge, and I can tell you how that happens is if you swing out here in the heat down the straightaway, and then you're trying to arc that corner in, you start your turn in. But if you turn in a little bit too much, this thing, look at that tire. It is sitting a little bit on the track. So if you're almost going to cut that corner, you're going to clip that tire, and it's going to really mess up your race. So look for that tonight.
Yeah, got to be careful. And then also that bump, too, is going to be interesting to see what these guys are able to do. So here we go. It spins us over here to the heat race number 1, Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. 37 years of 360 wing sprint action. Check them out from the Northeast U.S. and Canada. Got a lot of great drivers out there at EmpireSuperSprints.com on Facebook and Twitter. Stephen Goldner out front. Nick King back at it again here tonight. Out there starting in second, Brian Lawson in third, Justin Sick in fourth, Alex Pomerleau fifth, Randy Shreves in sixth, Jeffrey Barker seventh, Barry Goldner round out the 8th place spot. So there we go. Probably have the King fan club out here tonight.
Yeah, good to see him back.
Yeah. I talked to him the other day. I asked him where he was, and he said he's been really busy with some work. And I know he's in the military and stuff like that, too. But he normally has the fan club out there with Debbie, and his wife is out there a couple usually. So they're all watching.
Well, good. I hope they're watching tonight. But they're going to see some action here on this tight little racetrack, I'll tell you. That last race was pretty entertaining there. We saw them racing all over by the end of it, so expect the same here once these things get going.
Absolutely. Here we go. Pace cars in. Green flag about to fly. Green flag. We're racing. Heat race 1. King already in the wall.
Yeah, I might have to shake off the rust. I don't know how much racing he's been doing overall, but, it'll come back to him pretty quick, though.
Oh, absolutely. Down low, you already see it. Remember, the top 4 instantly go to the feature here tonight. Pomerleau's the man that's got it, but don't count out Justin Sick, who is going to try that inside groove and see what he can get. But Shreves right there along with him on the outside.
Yeah, good battle back there. Justin, he might have been watching that last race and watch guys down there. So, but looks like he's going to lose a spot. He needs to kind of maybe get up top and see if he can get back to that transfer spot.
Yeah, it is. So Justin right now holding strong in 6th, but he's trying that low line. We saw this in the first heat last time. That top groove was where it was at, but by night 10, we had grooves all over the place.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they're already a lot closer to the wall than they were in that first heat last time around. So I'm going to suspect a few of these guys must be in the big blocks as quick as they're running up to the wall.
And you see Pomerleau, he is trying to hang on to that last transfer spot, but he's got 2 guys just banging down his back door.
Yeah, and he's in that transfer spot, and I tell you, you're driving it for all it's worth right there, knowing that some guys won't, especially with Justin back there. Randy doesn't run these things too often. I don't remember seeing him out too often. It's good to see him in here, but we know Justin's fast, so, that's going to put, Pomerleau, he's got to go.
It does. Shreve's now going to look to the inside because a little mishap on Pomerleau's part. So that's going to put them side by side, door to door. But coming out of the turn, it's going to be all Goldner. And I think Pomerleau's just going to be able to hang on to it with momentum. He is. So it's going to be King in third, Lawson second. A little heat racing out. Throw us over to heat race number 2. Super Dirt Car Series. The premier big block Northeast U.S. to Canada. Big block style action. If you like ground pounding, earth shattering sounds, check out the big blocks here at the Super Dirt Car Series. We got Chris Steele out front, Ryan Beagle in second, Steven Spees there in third, John Hines starting fourth, Bob DeGood in fifth, Jack Clevenger in sixth, Jeffrey Kemper seventh, and Jeff Flero, in the 8th place spot. Here we go. Did you learn anything on that first one there, John?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm on the top right now, and I just need to beat that 55 that's next to me, so those are my goals.
There you go. And get in the top 4.
Oh, I guess there's that too, but more importantly, beat that 55 next to me.
I hear you.
But yeah, being behind Ryan
Speeds,
Beagle,
if you're
you know,
listening, Rick Hine.
Yeah.
He's in the 71 machine, okay?
Yep, and Ryan Beagle is in front of me, and so, I mean, again, you know, I said this last night, when you got a guy in front of you that you know is really good, that you can trust, it really helps on the start of the race, because you know you can kind of, you don't have to be on alert for him maybe to overdrive it or kick it out. You can kind of trust that he's getting through there, and I can tell you that makes a lot less stressful for the guy behind.
Nice paint job, though, Speed's got. Looks like a new one out there.
Yeah, it is.
That's nice. Glows in the dark.
He was hoping I wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, it glows in the dark. But he's got big Gambling Motorsports on the side right there.
Green, green, green.
There you go. Pace cars and green flag. We're racing. Beagle, though, he's out front. He loving it. Steele right there, but look at Speed says, ha-ha. Boy, he takes it out down the side. They are beating and banging with each other. Little contact, so one's low, one's high, and the man right there in the middle, though, Clevenger's going, you two guys get up there and do that. I'm going to sneak in between you somehow, some way. Right now, bottom lane's not working for Speeds. You see that bump. It upsets that car, so Speeds is going to fall back into the 4th place spot right now. It's a top-heavy style track. Until the feature, anyways. And there you go behind them. Good. And Steele, they're all nose to tail. A little jumbled up. Meanwhile, old Beagle out front. Now, he's up top. It's not where he wants to be, but he understands that's the fastest place to be right now. You see John right there behind him, tearing him up on the back. If he can't run him over, get that top spot away from him. See Brian Beagle's car taking that rear end out a lot more than what John's car is. So, again, we talked about that throttle control, maybe the difference in driving styles. And also then, this might be a good indication, and we'll get up with John here after the race, but this might be the difference that you're seeing between the small and big. Ryan might be in that small block, which is allowing him to aggressively go more into the turns and kick that thing sideways a little bit like it's showing, where John right now is just able to smoothly throttle control through the turns. But white flag one more time. Beagle's going to come out of it. It's all going to be Beagle, Hine, Clevenger, and Speeds, the top 4 in this heat race number 2 here tonight. That'll pull us over to, I'll see if it's going to pull us in the heat race 3. I'll pull us in our B main. Okay. iRacing will catch up to us here, folks. Wait. I gotta stop. Yep. B-Main, Chip Banger Racing. Hey, Chip, rip that lip. We got Chip Banger Racing. Appreciate him coming on board here for the B-Main. We got Randy Shreves out front. Jeff Flero there second. Jeffrey Barker third. Chris Steele fourth. Barry Goldner fifth. And Jeffrey Kemper starting to 6th, just a 6th, 7th. And Bob DeGood rounds out the 8th place spot. Well, pretty good heat race it was, and I brought up the question there because it looked like what you were talking about before. I'm not sure if Beagle was in a small block out there, because it looked like he was more aggressive in the turns than what you were.
Yeah, he was definitely driving in a little deeper, and it wasn't necessarily that he was doing anything that was a little bit slower, obviously. He won the race, and it was just the style for me to get up there and lift early and kind of hook the corner and go around. So I think that's what you were seeing, is more style than anything. It's it's really tough to tell at this point who.
Yeah, it looked like yours was more stable. It looked like more on rails. Let's just say it that way. And he was able to just kick that rear end out, or was kicking it out.
Yep, and that, like I said, that just goes back to different style, different feel, what you're looking for, everything else, and you know, heck, his might have been a little quicker. I mean, he's the one that won the race there.
Green, green, green.
Three wide as they take the green right through the corner.
Sorry about that, folks. I've been with my mouth full. Green flag, like you said, here in the B main. You see Shreves out front, and the good thing is everybody's going to make this one.
Yeah, once again, and now look at Justin Sick. You know, he was trying this in the earlier race, but now he's back down there at it again. But this time, he's picking up spots down there on the bottom.
And we saw this last time. Got into the Constellation. Got into the Constellation, and the guys were able to start utilizing that bottom lane some. So I definitely seen, whoa, who's out in the wall? Chris Steele, and then got a hold of, got a piece of Sick too.
Yeah, I got a few guys there when that happens. Like I said, man, that right front grabs any part of that white wall anywhere here on the track. Yeah, you're going to have a hard time getting it back under control.
Absolutely. So that split the field up pretty good here. Well, what did you learn in your heat race? I mean, is there anything that you could bring about to the feature?
No, only thing I really learned was basically confirmed what I already suspected, that, you know, throttle control for me being in a big block is going to be key. I am a little nervous here. Watch that bottom get in. So the only thing I can really do is hope that that top comes back in a little bit earlier than what it did the last race, because I think if it would have come in maybe 2 or 3 laps sooner, Goldner might have won that last race. So that's kind of what I got to hope for. I'm going to commit to being up top. And, you know, I may venture down to try low, but, you know, I'm surprised that these guys on the track now are all single file, kind of up the top. I would be at the bottom, and since we're all making it, trying different things, running that middle, kind of figuring out what I have to do to get around.
Absolutely. White flag. Tree's going to come around and take it here. I hear you, Nick. Hey, got your new pedals on. Let us know what you got out there. It's 2 months off and still looks strong. Coming out of the turn, final time.
Oh, Barry
Shreves. That's going to bring us up here, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll get a word from some of our sponsors here tonight.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today, we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
All right, folks, let's gear them up here and get these guys gridded up tonight here for our big block, small block. As we got Stephen Goldner out front in this one. Ryan Beagle starting beside him. Brian Lawson there in third. John Hines starting fourth. Nick King starting fifth. Jack Clevenger up in sixth. Alex Pomeroy seventh. Stephen Spees there in eighth. Randy Streets in ninth. Jeff Flero 10th. Jeffrey Barker 11th. Bobby Good 12th. Jeffrey Kemper 13th. Justin Sink 14th. Barry Golden 15th. Chris Steele rounds out the top 16. Folks, wind them up here and get them going here tonight. All right, pace cars in. Bring them to life. Beagle and Company out front. Green flag flies. See Beagle go high, but already 3 wide in the back. And uh-oh, trouble. Who we got? Jeffrey Barker in the back. Kemper. Go back on the Malcolm Mills replay. See what happened on this. Barker and Kemper. Got a little checkup right there on the start. And then, a bump in the back. Send him around. All right. Didn't get much on that one there, John.
No, sure didn't. But, you know, the track is, at least it looks like it is going to come in almost, we're going to see what we saw earlier that, you know, I think by the end of this thing where you're going to have 3 lanes for people to use.
All that.
So this should be a good little race here.
Absolutely. What we got?
Yeah, single file restart here. I guess we didn't get a lap in.
Pace cars in. Goldner out front. Beagle right behind him. If that low line comes in, you know Beagle's going to shoot down there instantly. Everybody up top right now. Except you got to go way back here to Nick King. He's going to try that bottom lane first off. If he can't get it going. Looks like behind him's going to be Clevenger. So a couple drivers there, but still see King down low. Trying that low line. This is what we saw earlier. Oh, Hine gets him in the wall a little bit. Loses all kind of momentum. Puts him back there with Spees on his back bumper. If we can't get a ride along here with Spees and seeing, oh, they make contact, tag each other a little bit. Steven Spees does. Oh, Randy Shreves and company. These guys are beating the bang, and see Speed's going to go down low. In front of him is Pomerleau. Pomerleau's down there, and oh, we got a car around. Barker, he gets it going. Well, I thought he was going to get it going back straight, but he didn't. Almost. Oh. Got the wall a little bit there, John.
Yeah, I sure did coming out of that corner. It's this goes back to that throttle control too with these big blocks. You get that power. If you get too much tire spin, it does kick the back out. So just trying to manage that. It's real difficult right now.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, what's up, there's Heather Keene. What's going on, Heather? How are you? I haven't seen y'all in a while. I know. You need to call Debbie up. Tell her to get up here. So we got the King Fan Club going on. Got tea out there too. I remember. I know Heather's the wife. I think one of y'all is the mom, and somebody is something else. I forgot. So you have to remind me. Pace cars in. I'm gonna double them up here. Goldner goes to low line this time here on the restart. Green flag, but he's gonna get that good. No man, Beagle did not get going. Lawson, the man down low. Look at this 3-wide battle back here. 4th, 5th, and 6th. You got an almost 4-wide. Parmalu in the middle. King up high. They are still 4-wide. Shreves, Sick, Clevenger. King's in the mix there. Wow. Here comes Spees firing on all 8 up top. Hines battling side by side with Beagle. That's Parmalu coming down there shooting on the inside of Hine. Oh, and he overdrove the turn. Hine did. Good save, though. Wow, remember he talked earlier about that throttle control. Well, that's the one thing the big blocks will do. Get out there, snap out, and bite you a little bit. He's hanging strong right now. We got battles all over the track, though. Meanwhile, Goldner got a pretty good lead. About 8/10 over this man in second. Lawson, who's got a little bit of lead, couple car lengths here over Beagle, but he's got Parmalu down low, so you go from 3rd place on back where all this action is happening, and it's all over the track. You just kind of just sit back, watch, and there you go. Okay, teased him off. I got it. Side by side, Parmalu down low. Kind of where we left off with the small block. You got low line, middle line, top line. But the main man, Goldner, remember he gave it up last time. Ran that high line. And what was I thinking? Jack Emmett Bird took it away from him. Yeah, when the last? I forgot. That's his old age kicking in, folks. Right now, so it's still good. When you got to go back to about the 6th place spot. Oh, Justin Sick. Oh, tearing down the top side wall. Gonna get up here and see if we can't mess with Nick King. King's down low. As you see, old Shreves and Ryan Beagle. Woo! Good save on Beagle's part. Wow. Got to get my hats off to these guys tonight. Almost some wreck. About as close as you're going to get without saying they're wrecking. A little on further on back. Kemper, Barry, Goldner and company. So you got some battling going on in the far back here. Hine, unfortunately, is falling off the pace back in 9th place. He sees that huge battle happening in front of him with Shreves and Beagle. That's Shreves right now in kind of middle groove. Kind of worked over Beagle. He was using the low line. King right there with him. And you see Justin Sick tearing it up in the middle. Oh, Beagle around. Caution out. On a Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened to Beagle. Somebody done stepped on the Beagle out here. Boom! Oh, him and Justin Sick just got together, and that time he couldn't save it. All right, it was a good run. Well, you did what you were telling us that the big blocks would do. That throttle control out there, John.
Yeah, well, I got sideways there when I fell back because Ryan got a little sideways in, and I popped the brakes to not hit him, and I guess I got the brakes a little too hard because when I did it, it just wanted to loop around. But I saved it, kept it going, lost a couple spots here, but we got a few laps here to kind of regroup and see if we can get a couple of them back anyway.
Oh, yeah. It's a good race. Back to that multi-groove style again. So are you feeling that out on the track?
Yeah, I'm just staying up top. There's not too many guys I see up here, so I'm just hoping I can just get the momentum going and do something with it.
Here we go, going back at it again. Green flag, single file run. See, Goldner, he had that good restart. Lawson behind him, Parmalu. Oh, King almost around in the bag. He was able to save it, though. He's down low right there with him and Sick. And then you see Shreves up top, so everybody kind of a bit of multi-groove style racing right now. See Justin right there, good slide job on Shreves. So Shreves going to try to cross him back over, go back to the inside. You can do that. Low line's working pretty good. Laps are ticking off here, though. Winding them down. Been a good night here for the SBGC 3D. Big block Thursday night thunder. Here for our Cool Race Coast to Coast Racing Network, folks. If you're not checked out, check out all the information on C2CRL.com. Check out the new C2C Speed Shop. Yo, John, boy, making that high lane work. Come flying through there in the speed. Well, as I just say that, he destroyed the wall and almost had it saved, but I think the car's tore up. Caution.
Yeah, I see a wheel in my car.
Yeah, it looks like it's grabbed and I think it's done.
Oh, call it a night. You jinxed me, man.
Man, I was about to say, it looked like good move up top. Next thing I know, boom, you got the wall.
Yeah, I just, not a whole lot of room for error here, and I just caught it with that back, and then it just, man, I can't believe it did that to the axle with that contact. I really didn't hit it that hard.
Yeah, it twisted that thing up bad. Yeah, I was like, a good move up top, and then all of a sudden just, and you talked about it earlier, how these things are glued to the wall.
Yeah, it's a real fine line there, and just caught it. It's all right. We'll pack them up and come back next week in one of these things.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe you learn some things, though, for the late model.
I wish, but these things don't drive anything like the late models. You're apples and oranges here with these. So.
Back green flag, and it's been all Goldner. He does not want to give up that lead, but here comes Pomerleau. Going to see if he can't get a little bit of ground made up. As Steven Spees might have found something, but Pomerleau came down low. It's like that low line's coming in, and maybe that curse of the top side for Goldner might be setting in again.
Yeah, but he's diming in the corner.
Spees just did. He just jumped the tire.
Yeah, but Stephen Goldner now is diamond in the corners much more than what he was doing in the 358s, and he's getting a heck of a run. Come right there. See how he drives down the hill?
Oh, yeah. And that's probably what he needs to do instead of just sticking straight up on the top side, because the top lane was about to go away. But nonetheless, he's coming out of 3 and 4, and puts it in victory lane here tonight. Goldner, Pomerleau, and Spees, all your top 3. Good finish for these guys here. Good run out here tonight. Can get a few of them up here and get a word with them. Steven Spees, man. All right. If any of them's in here.
Steven should be on the camera channel. But I don't see the other two. I'm sure
We'll
be over here.
We're in 3rd place, man. Let's get a word with him. They'll probably jump up here in a few.
Steven, this is John up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, man, you beat me again. Making a habit of this, not good. But what a great finish. You got a nice podium position and a car I know you don't much care for. But why don't you walk me through your night here and then tell me how you got there?
I just was real patient and waited for people to make mistakes, and then was just waiting for that till I thought the bottom was going to come in. And once the lap times got where I thought they needed to be, jumped down there and made some spots. And, you know, I think as much as anything, I got lucky for whenever we did have cautions that I was in the right lane for the restarts. So, you know, luck counts for something for sure.
How difficult did you find running the big block there on that?
I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, the track was getting pretty slick, so I wasn't really full throttle at all there towards the end of the race, you know, especially trying to keep it woed up to run on the bottom. So, you know, you got to be real careful and have good throttle control. If you're still practicing throttle control, maybe it wasn't the car for you, but I feel pretty comfortable with it.
Well, hey, man, great run tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
No, that was all me. I appreciate it, though.
All right, Ricky Bobby. That's Ricky Bobby, third place finisher tonight. Again, now that's Steven Spees. I know he wants to thank his Gambler teammates and Cool Ray and a couple other guys, but we'll let him have his glory for tonight. But congratulations again, Steven, on your third place finish.
Thank you, John.
There you go. Our Steven Spees bringing home in third. Let's bring up second place man, Alex Pomerleau. He did an outstanding job bringing home in second.
Hey, Alex, this is John up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, bud. What a great run tonight. Nice runner-up. I know that's been a long time coming for you. I don't know if this is the best one that you've had in the big blocks or not this season, but walk me through how you got up there.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say sorry for my bad English. It will be the first and second place in the big block modified. That was a very, very fun race tonight. The bottom was really fast. I just want to say a good race to all this driver. It was a very, very, very good race tonight.
Oh man, I can even though I can hear a little bit of an accent, I can hear the excitement. That's a French accent.
Yes, I'm from Quebec.
So I should just go ça va, and then you'll know what to do from there, right?
Oui, ça va très bien.
All right, before Joe's head explode, I probably should let you go on that front. But hey, who would you like to give a shout out to on this great finish here tonight?
I just want to be a big shot for my team ATR. Me and my cousin spent a lot of time to iRacing, and I just want to say to him, thank you, buddy, for supporting me.
Merci, and have a good
Merci
day,
à vous. Lâchez pas votre bon travail. You do a great job.
Well, thank you very much. And once again, that's Alex Pomerleau, our second place finisher tonight.
Well, that's kind of cool, man. I like that old Alex Pomerleau, man. I think that's kind of the first time we've ever talked to him there, and didn't realize, man, that he had a wild accent. I like that. That's kind of cool. Well, let's bring up the winner here tonight, Stephen Goldner. Man, here, been on the roll. Stephen, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, was able to pull off here tonight. Was you in a big block or small block?
I was in a big block, kind of wasn't really sure. I kind of think I wanted to be in a small block for the feature. I'm not really sure. I mean, it obviously worked out, but the small block, I think I could have ran. I don't know. I'd have to compare lap times to the last race to this one, but I think a small block would have been a better car to have.
Well, either way, you was able to hold on and take off up front and, kind of stick to that high side groove, put it in victory lane. I mean, did you learn anything between the first race and this race?
Just kind of keep the car off the wall. I couldn't get a good entry in the 3 if I ran the top of 1 and 2, so I kind of moved down later in the race just so I could get the entry I needed in the 3 so I could exit off of 4 right. It was kind of a technical for me to hit the lines I needed to make the corners work out right.
Nonetheless, you put in victory lane, looked smooth doing it tonight. You got anybody you want to thank for a good victory?
Yeah, once again, I got to thank the Bandy Boat guys for all the stuff they do. Velocity Race Designs, ABR Setup Shop, It's Perfect Photography, all our other sponsors. Gambler Motorsports for being the title sponsor for this series. Joe, John, both of you guys for the broadcast, and Roger and Preston, everyone for the league.
There you go. Man, putting in victory lane here tonight for our small block, big block. So, folks, don't go anywhere because we got Pro Late Models coming up here after this. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Cool has always been a leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Cool-Ray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Cool-Ray.com. Cool-Ray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
All right, welcome back, folks. Now we got the late models here tonight for our SBGC Thursday night Thunder here, and we're rolling it over here to our Pit Stop Podcast qualifying session. We got Pit Stop Podcast on the Coast to Coast Racing Network each week. As Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig bring some great information about what's going on in the league and have some awesome guests. Well, let's see who puts it out on the quick time here. We can lay down a fast time. Don going to try to put out a fast time. Templeton out front with a good one at 12:05. Now, you can just already see these cars are a lot quicker than anything we've seen all night long. And that's just the late models, folks, in general. For some reason, they bring about it. Say John got his qualifying complete. Well, let's head on down there. I want to hand it off to John here. He's going to go around and see what these guys are in store for with these pro lates here and give us some insight on what we can expect.
Yeah, looking at that time, I'm looking up there, Brandon Templeton's time up there, and I'm going to tell you, 12:0, I think I'm going to protest him thinking he brought a super late model here. But, these things are a lot different. They don't turn quite in as well as what the modifieds do. So you're going to be doing in the throttle a lot longer, waiting on the car to kind of rotate with the throttle. Once it does, you've got to let off the throttle, catch it, and just kind of do the same thing, manage it as you kind of sweep through the corner and get back on the throttle to go down. As it gets slicker, you'll be on the throttle a whole lot less. But trouble spots are the same thing. You got the tails end hung out here. You get up there and tap that wall, and what it will do here, though, is if you tap the wall, it'll bring the nose into the wall to hit it and really, really slow you up. And the thing is, these cars are, like you said, quicker. What will happen is the guy behind you will have nowhere to go and just get into you. So, look for, the accordion effect to be in full effect here tonight, I guess is what I should say. So, but I think we're going to get some good racing here tonight. We've got some really good drivers in here tonight. I expect a heck of a show, actually.
Absolutely. It gives us a good heads up on what these guys can expect here as qualifying comes to a close. And like I said, Brandon Templeton laying down a huge, quick, fast time of a 12:03. 300s faster than Dylan Perry, 12:06.
Yeah, those two guys are in their own little zip code there. Like I said, I'm thinking that someone must have accidentally brought their super late models here, not these pro late models.
Maybe they swapped the motors.
Yeah, and you can do that with these cars, strangely enough. But in real life, you just have to switch it out, change gears, that kind of stuff. But
what you do to your mic?
There, that a little better?
Yeah.
I bumped it.
You must have fell out your headset.
I fell out of my chair like we were talking earlier when I saw that time. That's what it was. I saw Brandon Templeton's time and just fell over. It's like, yep, I'm in trouble. So we'll see what we got here, and hopefully we have a good heat race here.
Yep, Heat Race 1, Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. That's right, 37 years of 360 wing sprint action. Check them out at EmpireSuperSprints.com, Facebook and Twitter. For all the latest greats there. It's got Hine out front, Justin Sick in second, Taylor Williams there in third, Brandon Templeton in fourth, Andy Piercefield in fifth, and Brett Carlton in sixth. Remember, the top four automatically will go to the feature here. So, you want to try to get it. Well, you want to win so you get the best starting position as possible.
Yeah, but down here in turn one for me, it's going to be real difficult because, like I was saying earlier, these cars don't turn as well, so I've got to be real careful not to get run over, but in the same token, get this car to turn so I don't destroy Justin to my outside here. So I'm going to be busy in that first turn.
It's just Justin. I mean, you got to worry about it. Yeah. Here we go. Base truck's in. Behind, Sick up front. Hope we don't turn the other way around to a Sick Hine. Look at Templeton, he's back there. Remember, he laid down that quick time, but see, Justin gets a good shot out front. They're already 3 wide. As Templeton now taking it up on the top side. Hine right there along with him. Falls back behind him. Here comes Tater down low. He's going to try that middle groove, see if he can't get something going. Right now, it's still the high side. As Piercefield bringing the Cool Ray machine up there into the fourth place and final transfer spot. Good run by him. as Tater has to fall back. Right now, again, we've seen this all night long. Starts out as a top group heavy style track, but as the night goes on, I think you'll start seeing, oh, and Pierce field around. Then he goes upside down. Wow, shot up in the air. Him and Brett Carlton just got together, puts Tater Williams in that fourth final transfer spot. But as the night goes on, hopefully you'll see the bottom lane come in. We've kind of seen that a little bit here throughout. See Templeton right there hanging on to the second place spot, Justin 6. So remember that time. Justin now bringing about a 12:11 to Templeton's 12:23. So whatever Templeton did in the qualifying session, he's not been able to repeat it yet here in traffic as the white flag goes out, unless he's just kind of hanging on, saving a little bit for later. It's all going to be Sick, Templeton, and Carlton, all bringing it in. Heat race number 1, top 4. That'll bring us over to heat race number 2. For these guys to slow up just a little bit. And there we go. Heat race number 2, Super Dirt Car Series. If you like anything from the Northeast U.S. to Canada, premier big blocks, and if you like that ground pounding, earth shattering sound, check out the Super Dirt Car Series. We got Kurt Shatner out front, Nick King there in second, Steven Spees in third, Dylan Perry fourth, and Peter Breeze in the 5th place spot. Well, John, looked like a high side there for a moment. Do you think that low line's going to come in?
Not to the feature. These guys are going to have to fight to get up there, and once you're up there, you got to stay up there for this heat race. But I think it will come in. These cars do, once they get the bottom going, they can get really quick on the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Justin House there said earlier, good win by Goldner, and I don't know if he's got the little hands up there, as it says it's like praying, or he's just bowing, or I don't know what those hands mean.
Yeah, but I will tell you this, Schatzer being on the pole, though, he's going to have the same problem I did, and that's keeping that car down, but yet going fast, because the faster you go on the bottom, the more it wants to push up, but in the same token, you don't want to get run over as they're coming to the green here.
Yep, green flag, so we'll see if he's able to get out front. Not able to get that start that he wants, and Ansley going to push him back. And there he goes up the track, little contact between him and Spees. Actually, him and look like Perry.
Yeah, Dylan Perry there, and that was exactly what I was telling you. Trying to go fast, that car just wants to walk up the hill. He used up Perry there a little bit, but we'll see what happens if Perry gets back to him, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Perry hangs on to that 3rd place. He's got Spees tearing up his back bumper right now. You see old King out front, though. He's getting this thing back, warmed back up. Look at Spees throw the slider down on the inside, and it just does not stick.
No, and that's the thing about Steven. He's not afraid to try stuff, and that's, he wins a lot of races, and that's precisely why. If something isn't working, he sees somebody in front of him, he knows he's got to go around him, so he might as well try. And the thing is, he can do it. He's got a little bit of breathing room there between him and Peter Bree, who's right behind him.
We got old Nick King out front, leading it right now, looking strong. He's got Schatzer behind him. See if he can hold those guys all. Top 4 all nose to tail, though.
Yeah, right under a blanket, that's what I was saying earlier. I think this is going to be a heck of a feature because, quite frankly, there's a lot of really good drivers with a lot of speed here, and everybody's going to be really close and having to kind of root and gouge for the positions.
And right there, a perfect example of what we're seeing. We're kind of the car in front there just bogged down a little bit. Speeds just could not get in on the binders fast enough. Just got a little bit in the back. Luckily, Perry was able to keep it going straight. And then there he came up right in front of him, got him in the wall. So going to hang on here. It's going to be King, Schatzer, and Perry. That brings us into our B main. That's right, Chip Banger Racing. Bang the Chip, rip the lip here with Chip Banger Racing B main. Tater Williams out front, Peter Breeze there in second, Andy Piercefield. Pretty much going to be a test session for these guys.
Yep, glorified test session. That's exactly right with these guys. It's not really going to make a big difference whether you win this or start. You're not talking a big position here, but these little bull rings, and even in the iRacing open sessions, when you get to these kind of tracks, participation just drops, and it's an unfortunate thing because these tracks are harder to drive, and not begrudging anybody that's not here tonight, except for Nick Vickery. He's not here, and so we don't have to see the homicide car, but he is up at the World Finals, so I don't mind needling him. I think I'd rather be at the World Finals with him, even though it got rained out tonight. So maybe he's watching here. Yeah, they'll start it up tomorrow. So maybe Nick's watching here.
Why can't they run in the rain? It's mud.
You don't want to do that. Number one,
Just
you
put
don't
some
have
tractor tires on these things.
You can't put enough tear-offs on their damn helmets to get through.
Put some tractor tires on them things. Go on out there and do some.
Yeah, I'm telling you, one of
racing.
my worst experiences in the car was on a heavy track, reaching up to grab my tear-offs and yanking them all off on accident. Having to use a rag that is next to the seat in the car. That is not fun.
But it would definitely make it interesting.
Yeah, I guess so. so letting a herd of deer on the track too, and letting them drive around those.
Yeah, there you go. I tell you. Well, you see right now Tater Williams tearing it up out front. Got Peter Breeze there sitting in second. Piercefield trying to work over him. That's kind of a little test session for these guys out here to see what lane, maybe they get that low line going.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing is, and it takes laps. The funny thing is even coming into these races, I tend to practice, except like for Monday night for the Renegades, I will go into a test session on my own and put in 100, 150, maybe even 200 laps, just getting a rhythm to run up against the wall or whatever. So what Tater's doing right now, even though he's not searching, man, I'm telling you, it is really, really important to do this, because you get that good rhythm. So when we go to the feature, he's ready to go, where the rest of us, we haven't been on the track since it slicked up a little bit. We need a few laps to dial in.
All right, now look, you just told all these people out here you went out here and practiced 100, 200 laps.
Not for these.
Then you go out there and you hit the wall.
Yeah, but not for these. For Monday night for the Renegades, when I've got to build my own set.
Okay.
Yeah. It's.
That's what you say. If you say that for here, then maybe want to keep that one to yourself.
Yeah. Well, maybe the moral of that story is I should be practicing here before we come out.
Oh man. I don't know. If you practice anymore, these guys might get scared, because you do pretty good.
No, I'll tell you right now, watching how Templeton's been running and knowing Vickery, I probably need that practice just to keep up.
Right now, Tater's tearing it up front. He's got the white flag. Going to come around here, end off the B main here tonight, the Chip Banger Racing, or SBGC, actually for our A&J Custom Creations. Thursday night, Thunder, Cool Rays, Coast Racing League. It's going to be Tater, Piercefield, and Breeze, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're going to word from some of our sponsors here tonight.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
Let's grid these guys up here. There's a man sitting out front. It's going to be Justin Sick. We got Nick King there in second. Brandon Templeton up in third. Kurt Shatner fourth. John Hines fifth. Dylan Perry there in sixth. Brett Carlton in seventh. Steven Spees in eighth. Tater Williams ninth. Andy Pierceville 10th. And Peter Breeze rounds 11th. Folks, get ready, get set. We're about to be some high octane style racing here tonight for our feature. Race trucks in. Green flag. We're flying and racing here tonight. Our Thursday night Thunder action. And you already see Justin Sick get out front. And they're already 2 wide in the back. King right there on the bottom side. Look at this 4 wide machine. We'll hang on to it. Templeton, Carlton, Perry, Hine. I got a lot of action going on, but got multi-grooves happening right now. Hines down low. Remember, Templeton held on. They had an awesome qualifying session. Not working in traffic right now. You see Hines still back down there on the bottom. Jats are along with him in the middle. Oh, contact. That was Perry. And he got up there in the hind a little bit. They're just ping-ponging off of each other. Meanwhile, Justin Sick's loving it. He's out front, walking away. Nick King there in second. And his wheels back up underneath him. Caution out. What happened here? Brett Carlton. Back on the Malcolm Mills Raceway. See what happened to him. They were back there pinging off each other. Oh, and he just went around. And then boom. Other cars got in. Right.
Well, Joe, I do believe the bottom will work here. I moved up a little bit in the bottom, so we kind of be watching for. I'm sure you guys, from judging what I could hear in my ear, a lot of multi-groove racing here.
I like it, yeah. I mean, absolutely, and that's the thing. I mean, you did see some guys low, some guys high, so they were able to make those multi-groove style work. Go back green. Problem is, a lot of them get a little loose too, but boy, Justin Sick gets that good fire on the start. He has King and C. Perry down low. He's going to try to battle with King on that second place spot. He's way down low. It's 3 wide for the lead, though. And, oh, there you go. A little bit of contact up front. That knocks the momentum of Justin off. And then King is around. Big Shatner with him. Caution out. Yeah, once these cars start to get a little sideways, it's kind of hard to get them straightened back up.
Man, I did not want to see that caution. I had worked up to P2.
I think
Dylan Perry's in the same boat.
Yeah, it looks like once these things start bouncing around, it's kind of hard to get them straight back.
Yeah, it is, and you've got to let off to kind of get them back in. And when you do that, you know, the guy, we don't have brake lights on, so I mean, you know, the guy behind you with it being as tight, it's tough to react. That's part of the reason why some of the guys don't show up here at these bull rings, just because of that very fact right there. It's just a different, a little bit tougher style of racing, and you know, based on your experience levels and stuff like that, it's just not for everybody.
Yeah. Going back green though. Kind of back up 2 by 2. Out front, Justin Sick. Nick King there with it. See what Perry can do. That's it in fourth. Green flag. King gets a good jump. Oh, Perry and King going to be side by side. Comes Hine. He's going to try to drive that thing up on the top side. He's going to see if he can't put it in the grandstand to get around those guys. As King's going to see if he can't just motor it around on in the middle. Perry's going to take it down low for the lead. You got inside high. Here comes even Spees. Spees going to get in the mix a little bit too. He's going to ride the tire tracks of Hine for a moment. You can see these cars are just all kind of sideways right now. 55 machine going to terrorize John for a little bit. Meanwhile, Perry's hanging on to second. He's battling hard with the leader, Justin Sick. Who has got the lead up top. Perry's down low. Sick's trying to do everything he can out front. Looks like Piercefield around. That's old Perry right there. He's got the nose out front on him. Gus can't quite make that pass, though. He's able to get down there and get the nose out front. Meanwhile, you've got Sick high, Hines behind him, and you got Spees there in fourth. And here comes old Tater Williams. He's coming in the mix. Nick's still trying that low line. He's falling off the pace just a little bit. He's back in sixth. You know, a little further on back here, and Templeton's just not been able to make the pace. He wasn't qualifying, but still, it is a battle for the lead. Perry trying everything he can to complete the slider on Justin. He can get that nose out front. And hey, and that's the thing, folks. You don't have to pass him. He just got to get the nose out there, cross that line on him. But will he be able to, momentum-wise? Because it does look like that low end's going away a little bit. And now the high line is getting some grooves as the race goes on here. So it might be something to look at here late. Now it looks like the top groove, and I don't know if a caution would mess it up, but so far they're strong. Dylan's still going to hang on down there. Sick up top. Oh, a little contact, and that puts Justin Sick in the middle, and he's going to lose the lead. As now he's down low for John Hine. Oh, and then he gets into the wall. Justin Sick does. Oh, from the lead to the back. Man, that's one way of saying it. Him and Templeton got together. Ouch. Looks like that high lane or the low line was going away there, John.
Man, I don't know what. It was intense, and a lot of fun. If it was going away, I tell you what, Dylan Perry was sure still nailing it and making it work. So, but once he got around Justin there, I don't know what happened there. But he kept right
Justin
up top
slipped a little bit, and then he got caught in the middle, and you were able to go around high. Dylan was obviously sticking to that low line, and then he got caught on the bottom. I
saw his momentum. I saw his momentum break a little bit, so that allowed me to squirt by there. But we'll see. Here we go. We're going to line them up again, and hope maybe we can make a run here to the end.
There we go. Green flag. Back at it again. Pace truck's back in. Perry's going to stick to that low line. Green flag, and he's going to get a huge jump, and so does Spees. You know, Speed's not going to give anything on that up on the bottom. He's going to race hard as he can. Problem is that car's just not sticking down low. Hines able to take that momentum, swing to the top side. And here comes Tater Williams up top. Now, he might take it away from Speed. Speed's going to have to fall back to the back. About fourth place. Here comes King behind him on the top end. Meanwhile, Perry has traveled up to the top end after he's made that pass. Like I said, it just looks like the bottoms just went away just a little bit. Guy's still trying it some, but it's not. I don't think it's what it was before. Actually see King right there doing a little bit of a slide job style move. Go back to around 6th, 7th, 8th place spot. They're 3 wide battling. Schatzer, Breeze, Templeton. Some awesome racing going on back here. 2x2. Got Justin Sick in the mix right there, trying to see if he can't make some spots back up. Now he's using that low end. I mean, it just looks like the low side now is not as fast as what it was. Slowly but surely going out. And that's the kind of things we see as a race goes on, long green flag runs, folks. Is you see that kind of wears out the groove if you use a lot of it. And I think that's kind of what's happening here is it has just wore out that bottom. As Perry right now has got about a half-second lead over Hine. Tater Williams a little bit further back there in third place, a little further back on speed. So your top four kind of spread out. Go back to Templeton. He's got King down on his inside, so that's the first battle on the track, 5th and 6th. King still trying that middle low to see if he can't get it to come back in. Sometimes it might, but we got 3 to go. Time's winding out here. There's not a lot you can do. The top 3 are all spread out. He's going to look to the inside of Templeton. He's got that spot. Gonna slide up. Nope, not going to be able to make the slide job on him. White flag, one more time here, folks. Our late models here tonight. That's right, NJ Custom Creations. Dog gonna be Perry out front, Hine second. Tater Williams gonna bring home in third. That's a good run for these guys here. Solid effort for all of them throughout the field. If we can't get a few of these guys up here and get a word with them, because what an outstanding run by everyone here tonight. Definitely enjoyed it. Tater coming home there in third place. And Dylan Perry. Let's wait on those guys to get up here. Let's get a word with our second place man, John. John, got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. How are you, man?
Man, I tell you what, well, you was giving some insights throughout there in the race, and it looks like that the high line came back in and the low line just went away, and from that point on, it was just tough to pass, but it was exciting, though.
Yeah, Dylan drove a really good race there. Didn't make any mistakes, being right up against that wall, everything else. It was kind of locked down. Even if I had options, I don't know if I was necessarily quicker than him, but all in all, a good night, second place. We'll take it, get out of here, and then move on to the next race.
Well, absolutely. Like you just said, good night, good solid run for you. Anybody you want to thank for a good finish here?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the cruise shop, fw.com. Anybody that's looking to travel, go out there and check it out. Like I said, the cruise shop, fw.com. And it doesn't matter if you're looking to honeymoon, if you're looking for a weekend getaway, family vacation, whatever. She can help you out, get you pointed in the right direction. Also like to thank Epsilon Sprint Wraps. They're the ones that put the wraps on the car here and look sharp. And go out to Facebook. You can find them there. Give them a thumbs up and PM them, and then get them going on a wrap for you. And then I'd like to thank Cool Ray Heating and Plumbing and Heating and Cooling. Sorry, and I noticed that Dylan there also got Cool Ray on there, so that's a 1-2 for Cool Ray cars. That's pretty cool. But it is getting to be into the fall and the winter season. So if you're in the Atlanta area, you need to get your furnace checked over, give these guys a call and get them out to the house, and so you're ready for winter. And I also like to thank my Gambler teammates, the best teammates in the world, and I'd like to thank my wife, who's the best wife in the world. So I just pretty good night all in all, and thank everybody for watching.
Absolutely. That's your second place man there, John Hine. Well, let's bring up third place guy here, Tater Williams, who stormed up to the front. Tater, Joey, the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, I tell you what, you was able to storm it up there to the front. How was that car, and what was the track like?
It was slick. I wasn't really a fan of the setup tonight. I just had to get in there and drive it. First off, I got to apologize to Justin Sick. I didn't mean to get to the back of him. I really hate that. I don't try to race anybody dirty, but apologize to him about that.
Well, like you just said, now, did you feel the low or the high lane was the best place to be?
To be honest with you, I felt the low line was better early, but the top line you're able to momentum it and late and be a little bit faster, but it's pretty much all over the racetrack.
Well, you was able to bring it home, like say third place, scoot up by there, and have a good finish here tonight. You got anybody you want to thank for a good run?
Yeah, I got to thank my team over back in the Discord, Chip Bangers Racing. Them guys, they helped me out more than they ever know. Combs Cuts, Andy over at Cool Ray, B&B Bates, Dylan Perry, John Foskey, Chase Smith, Brandon Combs, Brandon Bender, just all the guys that help me week in and week out.
There you go. That's old Tater Williams storming up, bringing it home in third place here tonight. Well, this guy, Dylan Perry, was able to hang on and bring it home in victory lane. Dylan, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I tell you, he was able to hang on out there. How was the track? Because early on you tried that low line and it looked like it just finally went away, but then you went up high.
Yeah, that bottom was working for a minute, enough where I could kind of hang with them, but I knew it was gonna take a slider or them messing up for me to get by him on the top, just because of the momentum you can carry up there.
And it looked like he did. He bobbled at one time, allowed you to get around him, and able to get that lead. And from that point on, boom, you was long gone. But I mean, how was the track for you though most of the night?
It wasn't bad. I mean, early in the night, it's just kind of normal Fairbury where it's just pounding the cushion down until it wears in. And then as the night went on, it kind of widened out a little more where you could race without just being tucked up underneath somebody's fuel cell for 30 laps.
Well, I tell you what, you was able to hang on, put it in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank for an awesome win here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Andy over at Cool Ray, all the guys over at CBR, Tater, Foskey, Davin, Combs, Bender, Chase, Trent, Scott, Michael, all the Codys, just everybody that helps me, and then Combs and Bender again, just all those guys, they help me week in and week out, and it's just it's a tremendous amount of help.
No doubt about it. There you go. Dylan Perry able to storm to the front. Again, congratulations on that win there, Dylan.
Thank you.
There we go, Dylan Perry. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. It was an awesome night here tonight for our Cool Rays Coast to Coast Racing League here for the NJ Custom Creations Thursday Night Thunder. Hope you definitely enjoyed it. I did, because we'll see you here next week with the Hometown Heroes. For myself and everyone, have a good night.